With what's been happening, remember in the Supreme Court right now is listening in also to the Bilkis Bano case. Now this is where the Supreme Court in fact has put in some very, very strong words. It's questioned the government for not showing to it the files of the remission. The Supreme Court observes that this crime was quote-unquote horrendous, and the Gujarat government in fact earlier has told the Supreme Court that they could be looking at filing a review of the March 27th order, whereby the court had sought the original files on the remission earlier. The next hearing is slated for May the 2nd regarding the pleas that are filed against the remission granted to 11 convicts. We are connecting with our colleague Sambhav, who will have more insight into what has happened in the court so far. But the Supreme Court there right now quite miffed with the government for not showing to it the files of that remission. In fact, the Supreme Court is asking for those files, and the Supreme Court underscoring that this crime was quote-unquote horrendous. Sambhav is joining us on the phone line. He has more details into what happened in the court. Now, you know, the Supreme Court, Sambhav, has been I think unequivocally very clear that something like this is not acceptable. I'm just trying to read into more, inputs that you've shared with us, Sambhav. The Supreme Court says that today it is Bilkis, tomorrow it can be anybody. It says Gujarat government should give reasons for releasing convicts in the Bilkis Bano case. That is quite a pull-up by the Supreme Court, Sambhav. What more can you tell us?
Well, the court was very clear and very categorically asked the Additional Solicitor General S.V. Raju inside the courtroom that you produce the files of release of the convicts by the Gujarat government. And if you are not in a position to produce the files in front of us, then we can derive our own conclusions in this matter. Wherein the top court has given some more time for the state to come up with their reply, and the next hearing is on May 2nd. However, there are very important things to be noted here, wherein the court, in a sense, wrapped the government, saying if you do not show the files, it will be a kind of contempt of court's order. This is what the court said, and court questioned the government if it can exempt from showing the documents in this case, and what exactly is the nature of those documents. So basically, the top court has questioned the government and asked the government to come up with a reply. A question is raised by opposition counsel, that is senior advocate Kapil Sibal, that it could be possible that government can come up and file a reply in a sealed cover, to which the ASG said, let me apply my mind to the whole question, and post which the matter is adjourned for the next hearing, and the next hearing in the matter is on May 2nd. This has all happened in the court today.
Okay, and you know, Sambhav, again, I'm just reading from an observation of Justice Joseph here, and I want you to push that point a little further. I'm again quoting from that observation. Justice Joseph observes that the question is whether the government applied its mind. What material actually formed the basis of its decision, etc. And this is exactly why, remember, here it's looking, Sambhav, for those documents that allowed for this remission to take place in the first place. Then it says that today it is this lady, as in Bilkis, but tomorrow it can be you or me. And I think that's quite a scathing comment that has come down from the Supreme Court on the entire case, considering again and again questions were asked then of the government in Gujarat that why did you allow for this remission, saying that this crime is quote-unquote horrendous.
Well, the court has very clearly said that the nature of the crime is horrendous, and that the court is expecting the center to file its reply in this matter, and most probably it's likely that center would file its reply in the next hearing in the top court in this Bilkis Bano case.
Yes, so what's really happened is that the Supreme Court actually has questioned the decision that was made by the Gujarat government, saying we want to understand how and why, on what basis did you allow for this decision to take place. And, you know, some of the next date of hearing, you said, is May the 2nd. We'll track that story again, a story That is extremely important and a story that did drew the ire also of the opposition. I thank you right now, Sambha.